Now we are going to do some practice questions with respect to the chapter dice that we have already discussed. So moving into the practice questions, the first question number 1. Which symbol will be on the face opposite to the face with the symbol star is what is the question. So which symbol will be on the face opposite to the face with the symbol star? So we will have to find the face that is opposite the symbol which is going to come in the face that is opposite to the face with the symbol star. So 4 options are given, out of which 3 options are having the star symbol. So this is having star, this is having star, and this is having star. So we will have to identify the figures that is useful for us to find out the answer. So here you can see the adjacent symbols. A, B, C, D options are given. A adjacent symbol can never be opposite. Okay, so an adjacent face can never be opposite is rule number 1. So here at the rate is adjacent, minus is adjacent, plus is adjacent, the dollar sign is also adjacent. So that means option A, option B and option D cannot be the answer. So the only possibility is that the opposite face to the face with the symbol star can be 8, can be option C, which is 8. So answer is option C. And what is the explanation? The symbols of the adjacent faces to the face with the symbol star are at the rate, minus and positive, and then dollar sign is also there. So these adjacent faces can never be opposite. So the opposite will be the face with the symbol 8. So what is our answer for question number 1? Question number 1, our answer is option C, which is 8. Now moving into the next question. So these are the kinds of questions that can come for your examination. 2 positions of the dice are shown below. How many points will appear on the opposite face to the face containing 5 points is what is the question. So here you can see there are 2 common faces. There are 2 common faces, out of which are the common faces? The common faces are 2 and 1. So these 2 faces are common. And out of these common faces, one face is retaining the same position. So that means the face with one dot is retaining the same position. So how many points will appear on the opposite to the face containing 5 points? So according to the rule, then the remaining faces are opposite to each other, isn't it? So 5 will be opposite to 4. So how many points will be there on the face opposite to 5? 4 points will be there on the face that is opposite to 5. So what is our answer? Our answer is option D. In these 2 positions, one of the common face having 1 point is in the same position. Therefore, according to rule 2, there will be 4 points on the required face. So what is our answer? Our answer is option D, which is equal to 4. So that is answer for question number 2. Now moving into question number 3. Which digit will appear on the face opposite to face with the number 4 is what is the question. Which digit will appear on the face opposite to the face with the number 4? So is there any common face? There is a common face and the common face is retaining the same position. Okay. So according to rule 3, here we can apply rule 3. 1 is opposite to 5, 6 is opposite to 2. And what is the question? Which digit will appear on the face opposite to the face with the number 4? So 4 will be opposite to 3. 4 will be opposite to 3. So we will go with the answer A, which is option A, answer 3. We will go with answer 3, which is option A. So we will check whether it is the right choice or not. Yes, it is the right choice. Our answer is option A, because according to rule 3, the common face 3 is in the same position. So 6 is opposite to 2. 6 is opposite to 2. and 5 is opposite to 1, and 5 is opposite to 1. Therefore, the only option is that 4 will be opposite to 3. So, we have to find out the opposite face to the face with the number 4, and the opposite face to the face with the number 4 is option A, which is 3. So, that is about question number 3. Now, moving into the next question, which is question number 4. Two positions of a dice are shown below. Which number will appear on the face opposite to the face with the number 5? So, two positions of a dice are shown below. Which number will appear on the face opposite to the face with the number 5? So, here there is one common face, and the common face is 3, and 3 is retaining the same position. So, that means we are in rule number 3. So, that means the same, the remaining faces will be, the opposite of the remaining faces will be in the same position. So, that means 1 is opposite to 2 and 5 is opposite to 6. What is our answer? What is our question? Which number will appear on the face opposite to the face with the number 5? It will be 6. We will check whether it is correct or not. So, our answer is option C, which is correct. According to rule number 3, there is a common face 3 and it retains the same position. Hence, the other faces will be opposite to each other in the same position. So, that means 1 is opposite to 2 and 5 is opposite to 6. And the question is, we will have to find out the face that is opposite to the face with the number 5. So, the face that is opposite to the face with the number 5 is number 6, which is option C. So, for question number 4, we will go with option C, which is 6. Now, moving into the next question, question number 5. How many points will be there on the face opposite to the face which contains 2 points? So, how many points will be on the face opposite to the face which contains 2 points? So, we will have to find out the face which is opposite to 2. So, let us look into suiting the rule. So, here you can see, if you are considering the first cube and the third cube, there is one common point. There is one common face which is 2, and the common face 2 retains the same position. It retains the same position. So, that means 3 is opposite to 1 and 5 is opposite to, so it will not run. Okay, so that choice is not correct. It will not run. So, we will have to go with other choice. So, in the question we will have to find out how many points will be there on the face opposite to the face which contains 2 points. So, opposite to the face which contains 2 points. Okay. So, if you are taking this, so because this is 2, 3, 5 and this is 4, 5 and 6. So, if we are considering the first and the second, so every option won't work. So, if we are considering the first and the second, there is a common face which retains the same position, which is 5. So, that means 2 is opposite to 6 and 3 is opposite to 4. So, how many points will be there on the face opposite to the face which contains 2 points? There will be 6 points on the opposite face which contains, opposite to the face which contains 2 points. So, that means we will go with the option D, which is equal to 6, and we will check whether it is correct or not. The answer is option D. So, you have to remember that out of the 4 choices that is given, you will have to find out the dice which suits into our rule, perfectly. Here there are 2 common faces, that is why our attempt failed. Here there are 2 common faces, because the common faces are 2 and 3. Here also there is 2 and 3. So, since there are 2 common faces, it won't work, because it will fall into another rule. because when there are two common faces, here there are two common faces, the 2 is there and the 3 is there, and then the remaining faces will be opposite to each other. So you can write 5 is opposite to 1. So 5 is opposite to 1 from that first position and the third position. But for getting our answer, it will be better that we take the first position and the second position as I explained. So taking the first position and the second position, we find that 2 is opposite to 6 and then 3 is opposite to 4. And our question is like we will have to find out the face that is opposite to the face with the 2 points. So that face is 6 and then our option will be option D, which is equal to 6. So in the first 2 positions of the dice, one common face containing 5 is the same. So applying rule number 3, the face opposite to the face which contains 2 points will be that which contains 6 points. So that is what is answer to this question. Now moving into question number 6. Which number is on the face that is opposite to 6? So here also we will have to select the figures. Likewise, we will be getting the correct answer. So which number is on the face that is opposite to 6? With that is opposite to 6. So I am going to select first figure and the last figure, because there is only one common face. There is only one common face and that is 2. And then 6 is opposite to 1 and 3 is opposite to 4. Okay. You will have to find out which number is on the face that is opposite to 6. So it is 1. So our option B, which is equal to 1, will be the answer, and let us check whether that is the option or not. Yes, the correct option is B, because the numbers 2, 3, 4 and 5 are adjacent to 6. Hence the number opposite is 6 is equal to 1. So the face which is opposite to the face which contains 6 is the face that contains 1. So I have taken it from figure number 1 and figure number 4, because I am applying rule number 3, and in rule number 3 there should be one common face, and here the common face is 2 and 2 retains the same position. So that means the remaining faces will be opposite to each other in the same position. So that means 3 is opposite to 4 and then 6 is opposite to 1. Our question is we have to find out the face opposite to 6, and the face that is opposite to 6 is face with the 1. So that means that is the answer for question number 6. Now moving into question number 7. Again 2 positions of a dice are shown. When number 1 is on the top, what number will be at the bottom is what is the question. So here opposite face is again asked. If the number 1 is on the top, then what will be the number at the bottom? So automatically we will have to find out the face that is opposite to the face containing number 1. So we will have to find out the opposite face to number 1. So looking into this question, we can see there are 2 common faces. The common faces are 4 and 6. 4 and 6. And one of the common faces retains the same position. Okay. So that means the remaining faces will be opposite to each other. So 1 is opposite to what? 1 is opposite to 5. Okay. So when you are applying this rule, it is really easy that there is no need for you to imagine the condition of the cube. So look into the common faces. How many common faces are there? There are 2 common faces. The common faces are 4 and 6. And 4 is retaining the same position. 6 is not retaining the same position. So the remaining faces are opposite to each other. 1 is opposite to 5. So we will have to find out the face that is opposite to 1. And then our option is option B, which is equal to 5. And we will check for the answer. Our answer is correct because answer is option B. When according to rule 2, when 1 is at the top, then 5 will be at the bottom, because 5 is the face that is opposite to the face which contains 1. And moving into question number 8, the next question. 2 positions of a cube with its surfaces numbered are shown below. When the surface 4 touches the bottom, what surface will be on the top is the question. So that means it is top and bottom. So we will have to simply find the face that is opposite to the face containing 4. So here we are going to look into this question, and we see that there is only one single common face, and it applies to rule number 3. There is only one single common face, and this single common face will give us the opposite faces, because the remaining faces will be opposite to each other. So that means 3 is opposite to 5, 3 is opposite to 5 and 2 is opposite to 6. So what happens to 1? 1 is opposite to 4, isn't it? So 1 becomes opposite to 4. Because the other faces, as 3 is opposite to 5 and 2 is opposite to 6, and when 3 is opposite to 5 and 2 is opposite to 6, the only remaining number is 4. So that means 1 will be opposite to 4. So what will be the face opposite to 4? The face that is opposite to 4 will be 1, and then our option has to be A, which is equal to 1. And we will check whether this is the correct answer or not. Our answer option is A, that is correct, because in two positions of the dice that is given, there are two common faces, and there is no two common face, there is one common face which retains the same position. So then, according to rule number 3, 6 is opposite to 3, no, 2 is opposite to 6 and 3 is opposite to 5. So that means 3 is opposite to 5 and 2 is opposite to 6. So the only remaining opposite face is 4, which is opposite to face number 1. So our answer is option A, which is equal to 1. So this is answer for question number 8. And now we are going to move into question number 9. Hi friends, we are going to continue with the practice questions of the chapter. So now we are going to deal with the question number 9. So this is question number 9 of the chapter dice. So here two positions of the dice are shown. If there are 2 dots in the bottom, then how many dots will be on the top is what is the question. So if there are 2 dots in the bottom, then how many dots will be on the top? So that means we will have to find out the face opposite to 2. So 2 positions are given. So here you can see there is only one single common face. This is 5, 6 and then this is 2 and 1. So there is only one single common face and the common face is retaining the same position. So the common face is retaining the same position. So then the remaining opposite faces of the remaining faces will be in the same position. So that means 5 is opposite to 2. 5 is opposite to 2 and then 6 is opposite to 1. 6 is opposite to 1. So our question is, if there are 2 dots in the bottom, then how many dots will be on the top? So 5 is opposite to 2. So if there are 2 dots in the bottom, then 5 dots will be on the top. So we will go with the option C and we will check whether this option is correct or not. So answer is option C. So what is the explanation? Here the common face is common face with the 4 dots and the common face is in the same position. So the remaining faces will be opposite to each other in the same position. So 2 is opposite to 5 and 1 is opposite to 6. So that means if 2 dots are there on the bottom, then 5 dots will be there on the top. So we will go with option C because option C is the correct answer. Now moving into the next question, which is question number 10. Here 2 positions of the dice are shown. How many points will be on the top when 2 points are there at the bottom? So here also we will have to find the face which is opposite to 2. So 2 positions of the dice are shown below. How many points will be on the top when 2 points are there at the bottom? So we will have to find the face that is opposite to face 2. So here you can see this is 2 and 1, this is 6 and 5. So 3 is the common face. So 3 is the common face and 3 is retaining the same position. So 1 is opposite to 2 and then 6 is opposite to 5. 6 is opposite to 5. So how many points will be on the top when 2 points are there at the bottom is the question. So 1 is the face which is opposite to 2. So then 1 point will be at the top when 2 points are at the bottom because we have got it as 1. The face which is opposite to 2 is 1. So what is our answer? Our answer is option D, which is equal to 1, and we will check for the answer. Our answer is option D. So what we have found out is correct. Here in the 2 positions of the dice, one common face having 3 is in the same position. So according to rule number 3, there will be 4 points on the required face. So what is our answer? Our answer is option 1. So according to rule number 3, 1 point will be opposite to the face containing 2 and 5 points will be opposite to the face containing 6, and the face that is opposite to 3 will be 4, because 1 is opposite to 2, 6 is opposite to 5, and then 3 is opposite to 4. So this is about solution of question number 10. Now we will move into the next question, and in these questions, here it is the development type of a question. So that means we are going to develop the faces, the lateral or the top and the bottom or the front and the back faces of the cube or the cuboid or the dice that is given. So in the directions to solve, the figure given on the left hand side in each of the following questions is folded to form a box. So here the development is given and the developed surface is folded on the right hand side to get the cube, shape of the cube. Choose from the alternatives 1, 2, 3 and 4 the boxes that is similar to the box formed. So we will have to find which of the following boxes are similar to the box that is given as the development. So there is a face with a dot and 2 white faces are adjacent. Okay. So when we are going to fold this, what is going to happen is that this becomes the top face and this gets folded to become the bottom face, and this becomes the right side, right face, this becomes the front, this becomes the left, and this becomes the back, this becomes the back, and this is the bottom. So I will represent it with BT. So the top is there, bottom is there, right is there, left is there, front is there, and the back is there. Okay, so you will be folding it downwards and then you will be folding it laterally. So the top face, bottom face, right, front, left and back surfaces are obtained. Here you can see for the dot face there will be 3 lateral adjacent white faces, and there will be 1 black adjacent dark face. Okay, so opposite faces cannot be adjacent. So that means this black face, dark face will not be adjacent to the face with the dot. So that means 1 face only will be opposite to the face with the dot. So that is what is the condition. Okay, so now here which of the following choices is possible is what is the question. So when you are going for the first figure, can 2 white faces be adjacent to the dot face is what is the question. Yes, 2 white faces can be adjacent to the face with the dot. And then in the second case, can 2 dark faces adjacent to the dot face? It is not possible because only 1 dark face will be adjacent to the face with the dot face, because the other dark face, black face is actually opposite. So adjacent, opposite faces cannot be adjacent. So the second is not possible. Third is possible because 1 dark face can be adjacent to the face with the dot. And 2 dark faces can be adjacent because this front face and the back face can be adjacent, and another white face can also be adjacent. So the option is we can have 1, 3 and 4. So we will go with the option B, 1, 3 and 4, because the second option is not possible as the dot face cannot have 2 adjacent black faces. So we will check whether this answer is correct or not. This answer is the correct answer because the solution is not there. So this is the correct answer anyway. Option B is the only possibility. 1, 3 and 4 can be the correct choices. Now moving into the next question, question number 12. The development is given on the left hand side. We have to check which of the following options given are possible. So you can see this is the top face and this is the bottom face. This is the front and this becomes the back, this becomes the right and this becomes the left. So that is the way it can be folded. So you will have to remember this pattern. Adjacent faces to the top face are right, front, left and back. Then the remaining one single face will become the bottom. So we are going to check for the options three white faces can be adjacent. Three white faces can be adjacent. If adjacent face is a face which shares the common edge. So three white faces can be adjacent. So this is possible. And figure number 2. A diagonal face, a diagonal black face adjacent with two white faces. It is possible. So this diagonal black face can be adjacent with two white faces, or this diagonal black face can be adjacent with two white faces. So this is also possible. And figure number 3. Figure number 3 is not possible when you are, because when you are going to fold this is going to become continuous. This demarcation or the diagonal line is going to become continuous. Here the diagonal line is not continuous, because if the diagonal line has to be continuous, then the figure has to be in this form. Okay. So there is no diagonal continuity in figure number 3. So figure number 3 is not possible, but there is diagonal continuity in figure number 4. So this is diagonally continuous. So figure number 4 is possible. So for this question, we can have figure number 1, figure number 2 and figure number 4 as possible. So we will go with option A. Figure number 1 is possible, figure number 2 is possible and figure number 4 is possible. So we will conclude with the option A for question number 12. So this is all about the chapter dice. So we have discussed the theory portions with respect to this chapter. We have discussed some demonstration questions, and we have did large number of practice questions with respect to dice and also with respect to development of surfaces. So you will have to study all the theory portions, do all the practice questions, then it will enable you to do any question that is coming for your examination from this chapter dice. So we are going to conclude with this chapter. In the next video, we are going to start discussion of the next theory portion.